Alright to YouTube, another one of Kip's Clips. So, again, something a wee bit different. As you know, I'm all a big fan of the No Agenda show, and sometimes some of the stuff they do, you will, number one, nobody else will touch it, go near it, probably because you can't sell seeds or tangy tangerine off the back of it, but some of the stuff they just, nobody will go near, just ignore it and just let the bull crap get propagated out of control. So, if you're gay, now what does this stand for as well? Is it lesbian, gay, bisexual or transgender? Right, so if you're gay or any of those other three, or bi-curious, if you're bi-curious as well, and you're unaware that, I feel it only fair to bring it to your attention that yous are currently getting used and abused and and propagandized, that's the right word, by the Western mainstream media to try and make Russia and Putin look bad. Now, everybody knows I'm not a fan of Putin or Russia. I'm one of the few people out there that actually don't buy a lot of the bullcrap they put out there. But anyways, but it's unfair when you see this stuff happening, and it's just, and I'm seeing it everywhere. So I'll take you to this and play a wee bit of this.
Corruption, terrorism, security.
So, sorry, obviously, this is a wee excerpt I was watching from Channel 4 News tonight, and it's behind the veil of the Sochi Winter Olympics. So you think, oh, brilliant, this is just going to be telling us about how good the Olympics is, because you know how good Channel 4, they were doing stuff like this about the London Olympics now, weren't they? But anyway, let's hear what they're going to say.
Corruption, terrorism, security, gay rights. What do we really know about Sochi Olympics? Well, the athletes are now in town, along with our sports correspondent Kami Zerum, and aside from some last-minute late-night drilling and the odd comedy Bond villain.
So, one of the things he's mentioned there is gay rights. They've been hammering this home. Gay rights, gay rights, gay rights, gay rights. If you go, in fact, I'll even do the experiment here. Put in the word gay and Russia. Put that into the news and wait till you... I've not even look at the amount of anti-gay. Just watch the headlines and how constant a drip and flow of the Russia's anti-gay. And if I'm losing you by anybody thinking I'm anti-gay or anything, please stick with me. All I'm trying to do is give you a fair and just balanced view of what's actually going on, so you're more aware. So look at I'm calling it out as propaganda. Doesn't have to be, now again I need to repeat myself, it doesn't have to be lies to be propaganda. All it has to be is turning up the tap of this flow of constant drip, 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 drip. I mean, it's kind of like taking 24 hours of a day and compressing it down into a 1 hour TV show. You can edit it to build a narrative, a false impression, and that's what people don't understand with the news. They bombard you with messages, painting a false narrative. So, Guardian, Russia, anti-gay gang violence, first time seen on camera, right? Jesus, it's even thicker than I thought it'd be. 1st of February. Sochi, there's anti-gay law, right? There's anti-gay law. Anti-gay laws spurs protest. Please bear this in mind and stick with me, it'll blow you away. Anti-gay laws, load of crap, there is no anti-gay laws, right? So you can see that the picture that's been painted there, I came across it on Channel 4 News. It was the straw that broke the camel's back. I listened to the No Agenda show. They've got a listener to the show whose name I believe would be James Burke. I'm going to leave a link for all this down below, man. If you want to get, if you're gay, lesbian, bisexual or transgender, or just interested in seeing how the hell they manipulate They make up a story out of nothing, right? Absolutely nothing, right? So this guy done a white paper, right, which is basically now this guy happens as if it should make a difference, but I think it's only fair to actually say this. This guy happens to be gay himself, who was listening to the show, heard the actual facts of the matter instead of the proper guy's crap you get on TV, and then they felt so compelled about his fellow LGBT and bi-curious people getting lied to. He made a white paper, so I'll leave a link for us down below. Go and read it, man. It deconstructs it in and out. I've only read like a fifth of it so far, man. I've read enough. All I wanted to read was the actual law. I've went and read the bit where he broke down the law. And let's just straightly, well, before I even go in it, let's straightly go to the law that's in his white paper. Now, you can go and do this deconstruction for yourself, obviously, but go and definitely check out the law. Now, analysts of the Russian Federation law number 135FZ, right? Now, you can go and look for the law yourself. If you know anybody that can speak Russian, go and get them to deconstruct it. Now, one of the most important things, but like, he's clarified it. He's done a great job, man, right? The most striking takeaway after reading this legislation is the word child, children, or minors appears 6 times in the legislation, right? So the legislation's talking about, and the word gay, homosexual, sexual orientation, same sex, or any LGBT identifier. But what about, see, maybe this is where, maybe they're right, maybe they've left out the bi-curious bracket, and maybe that's where the Russian law is anti-gay, I don't know. But anyway, that's a joke, by the way, don't take that serious. Identifier appears 0 times in the legislation. Now, go and check this out for yourself, and you shall find it's factually correct. And just another few wee things. I'll leave a link for the show notes. There's it's in the Fuck Russia tab, and there it's the Russian LGBT white paper. Click on that, link to the article, you'll get it, and it's an amazing resource as well. Go and check it out. But anyways, LGBT rights in Russia. Let me think, what was the most striking thing I could take away from this? Well, what was the thing I was going to show yous? Well, let's have a look at the sodomy laws, okay? And Russia's sexual activity between males was criminalised. Oh dear, bad them. In 1934, sexual activity between females was not mentioned. In 1993, homosexual acts between consenting males was decriminalised. 1993, okay. I thought they were going to be anti-gay and anti-gay. Let's have a wee look at United States. Now, do bear in mind, the United States is a bit more complicated state by state, and I'll break that down a wee bit as well. By 2002, 36 states had repealed all sodomy laws or had them overturned by court rulings. Right? Now, the point is, if you were to put Russia and America on scales and weigh up gay rights, or LGBT, or whatever, I keep forgetting that abbreviation, gay rights, I'm going to abbreviate it to gay rights as a whole on a pair of scales, you'd find Russia's actually not as harsh on gays as America is. Okay, now obviously certain points, and it's like try and look at the broader spectrum, not just the one wee broad narrative that they're feeding you. Now, the law that has been passed in Russia is legislation passed not by Putin, no, because they keep painting Putin as this guy that came out, gays, and it's rumoured that Putin's gay, by the way. But the law itself, as far as I understand it to be, is legislation banning the promotion of non-conventional upbringings to minors, children, stuff like that. As the white paper indicates, and if you go and read the law and get it translated from Russia yourself, well, indicate the word gay, homosexual, sexual orientation, same-sex, or any a gay identifier even appears 0 times in the legislation. Okay, now you can interpret it, the language that they say as unconventional upbringings. That could certainly, for me, take it for me, if I was to interpret that could definitely be interpreted as same-sex marriages. It could be interpreted as having 10 wives, marrying a horse, stuff like that. So it's a broad spectrum, and it's legislation, and you really need to go and read this white paper, man. It is quite fantastic. As you can see, you can download it in a PDF as well. I've downloaded the PDF version here. I'll leave a link for it, and if you go there, you can download a PDF version of it there. And yeah, and even if you go and look, we'll do the sexual orientation in military service, just a wee breakdown. Russia's in the blue, America's in the blue, but there's still red areas. But nobody's talking about the red areas. It's anti-gay, anti-Russia. So why is Russia at the anti-gay stuff in Russia, or the stuff that can very likely be, don't get me wrong, man, the people that have came up with this legislation, I'm not saying that these are going to be people that would accept accept gay people. They're probably homophobes. But they exist in every country. They exist in every town, just like gay people exist in every country and every town and every city, right? You always get the yin and the yang. You get the anti-gay and the gay. You get the gay and the straight. That's what I'm trying to say. Be fair and balanced. Russia's no more anti-gay than a lot of places, right? So what you're seeing right now, getting perpetuated on the news, is propaganda that's using the gay and the gay community as propaganda pawns. They're getting used and abused to score political points against Putin and Russia on this on the world geopolitical chessboard. So I think it's only fair to point out to gay people, bisexual people, transsexual people, Jesus man, why can I not remember that abbreviation? LGBT people, if you're any of those communities or whatnot, man, even I don't understand why people need to be part of any community. We're all part of one community. But anyways, yous are getting used and abused and propagandized to make Putin look bad. And by all accounts, there's rumours that Putin may be gay, but it's just rumours. So I'll leave a link for all this down below. You can even check out the Channel 4 hit piece on it. He must have heard this before, all the anti-gays. You'd have thought that Russia invented an anti-gay missile or something, and they were handing it out to the bloody populace. Just fire this down the street, and this gay-seeking heat missile will go and seek out the gays. It's not like that, man. They're no more pro or anti-gay than anywhere else. There's an argument to be had with all areas, obviously, but it's getting used for propaganda. That's my point. That's where you find the show notes for No Agenda, more than a lot of good resources along those lines as well. There's the wiki pages for that. I'll leave that all down below, alright? And most importantly, that you get your download there, get your PDF, and go and read this. And I was going to say, and much kudos to James Burke as well. And I'll leave a link for that, and you'll be able to get the links for No Agenda shows and stuff as well. So magic, thumbs it up. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus if you're glad I brought the information to your attention. Subscribe to my channel down below to keep up to date with the latest news and updates. Check out the radio show, Glasgow Underground News Network, truthfrequencyradio.com, every Sunday 6 to 8 PM UK time. You'll get me and Kev there. Leave all your comments below, good, bad, ugly and indifferent. Let me know what you think. And check out all the links. Good way to keep in touch if the channel gets shut down. Alright, to YouTube, thanks for listening. Catchies.